Hi, Vandita.
Hi, sir. So,
Yes.
um, so, sir, this is a great opportunity for me to have you here. Many people already know you, but if people who don't know you are watching, you are an artist, you are an entrepreneur, you are an author. You have also set up an atelier in Hyderabad, wherein people can get trained from the scratch to the next level wherever they want to achieve. So you have achieved so much, and besides that, you are a professional artist. So and you have also been my mentor, and you have also guided me through my journey when I was still exploring many mediums, many things.
Yeah.
So it's a great pleasure for me to have you here.
My pleasure, Vandita. And thank you so much for considering me and giving me this opportunity to talk to so many people through you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So, sir, you till almost 2 months you were IT professionals also, like a senior IT professional. So, how did you start this journey? Like, when did you think that you want to get into this area?
Actually, right from childhood onwards, I have my own interest. Like everybody has drawn, everybody likes drawing their biological records. And whenever they get some time, especially I used to, in the whole year, I used to look forward to the half day sessions of schools. When summer starts in from March first week, generally, we have only school until 12:30 p.m. or 1 p.m. And from then onwards, it is completely even parents used to leave us saying that it's there is too much of sunny area out there, so you should not go out. You see, please stay at home. So I used to think, what should I do? And during our childhood days, we used to have only DD, that too for 1.5 hour. They used to play some serials and something like that, but the rest are the whole time is completely, it's left to us. What we used to do, we used to sleep, that's it. So that there's no other way. Now these guys have lots of these computers, iPads, cell phones and everything, but we don't have anything. We used to just enjoy with our friends and parents and our aunts, uncles, that's it. At that point of time, I have one of my father's old friend, who actually my father used to drop us at school. And this is for the first time I'm sharing it in the public. I think I haven't shared it anywhere else. I'm sharing it for the first time. So my father used to drop us at school, and he used to say that while going back home at 5:30, 6 o'clock, I will pick up you guys, myself and my brother, from school. We used to end our school by 4:30. So there was a shop called Studio. We used to call it a studio, but they used to actually carve letters on marbles and the black stones. What's it called? Granite. Okay, so they used to have that shop. So my father used to ask us to stay there after the school gets over. Myself and my brother, it's hardly a 2 minutes walkable distance from the school. So we used to go there and sit there. And then I used to observe all those what they have been doing all the while. They have been painting, they have been drawing, they have been only four people, but they have been etching the letters on the granite and marble that we used to have. We still have it in our in front of our houses, right? Saying that's a sweet home, it's Narayana Nilayam and all that stuff, right? So that way I got interested in looking into all those things, and I developed lots of interest. Yeah. So so whenever used to get some time, I used to draw, like that uncle, the old uncle that who used to actually draw. And I was very astonished looking at his painting, because I still remember it's not more than yeah, it's not more than 14-inch width frame, 14-inch or
Mhm.
laptop screen. It is not more than 14-inch photograph, wherein John F. Kennedy was drawn with oil paints. of this small size. This is that's the pose of John F. Kennedy. He has drawn with oil colors. So
Oh,
I still remember the uncle name is his name is Narsingham. I don't know. He might have passed away by now. He was at that point of time he was 55 when I was seventh eighth class. So then I got so much interested, and then I started working, and that was the first time in my life I came to know that we can do miracles with pencil, because I saw the nursing uncle has drawn a Subhash Chandra Bose with pencil, but it looks like black and white photo. So it was way back in 90s, 1991. So that made me think a lot. And because of our studies and getting into high schools and colleges, a lot of competition in engineering, getting into some good colleges and then into good companies, placements, all these things, a lot of us.
sorry. So you then went on to study your engineering, and then you became a IT professional.
Yeah.
So how did you start it all over again? Like, I think all of us, even I think I had that interest from childhood, maybe, but as I think our society says that no, they don't encourage you to become an artist.
Yes, yes.
We are
So
all
yeah, the most important thing that we should remember is we should go back to our past and uh, ask ourselves what our heart or soul lies in. This is not a new thing. It is the same old story that have been told or explained by so-called great artists. I am not a new person who says these things. It's not a new thing for a lot of people to listen, because there are lots of challenges in our lives. But if we focus on our problems in the life, you'll not be able to find a solution. So when there is a problem, you focus on equal amount of focus should be there on problem and solution. Why? Because if you are looking at the reference picture so thoroughly, only then you will get to know what is the actual technique that needs to be used on your white drawing sheet. So equal amount of concentration should be shown on both problem and solution. Only then we can drive through, get the point driven to home.
so. How do you think, like, now, what is the how art adds value to our society? Like, how art is important? How can we encourage our children to become observe art more, become appreciate art more, which exists in the society today?
Yeah, what I think is I used to see in my childhood I used to see Vishwanath movies a lot. I am sure a lot of people out there, South Indians especially, they know Vishwanath movies. Even a lot of North Indian people also know Vishwanath movies. He is more dedicated director towards fine arts, whether it is dance, music, or art, whatever, literature. So I used to watch his movies, and I from the movies what I understood is there is so much of power in art form,
Hmm.
fine art form, which can basically like a bald eagle, which actually gets old and retreats itself going into the hibernation mode. The same amount of ability it or the caliber one has when you pursue fine arts. This is one thing which I 100.1% believe in. So the hero in the movies, in all his movies, whenever the hero goes through a personal turbulence or turmoil, he actually goes back to his fine arts, whichever his heart and soul lies in it, and he practices it. Then he becomes better,
Hmm.
including the person who is actually stitching the shoe or
Hmm.
chappal maker, the shoemaker. Even that guy is actually experience. Whenever he experiences the problem, he goes back into a room, he locks it off, and he stitches the chappal. But
Hmm.
actually, the chappal shop owner right now who is stitching is actually owner of probably 17 or 18 outlets in whole Andhra Pradesh at that point of time. But he still, whenever he experiences that problem, the turmoil or turbulence in his personal life, he goes back to the room and he actually emotes. He bursts out his emotion on his passion.
Hmm.
His
Hmm.
passion could be playing a violin or singing or stitching a chapel, whatever it is. So I I don't know that at that point of time, the word called resilience. And
Hmm.
I came to know that point, this particular word only when I prepared for GRE.
Hmm.
So then I could connect this resilience to that particular state of mind. So every human being has to get in touch with fine arts,
Hmm.
because you don't need a psychiatrist. I would pray for everybody that nobody would need a psychiatrist or psychologist, because we don't have to get into all that mode. Everybody gets through some personal turbulence, some financial problem, economical problem, family problem, but you don't have to reach out to any other person. I'm not saying do not reach out, but
Hmm.
if there is no option, you should basically sit back at home. The only point we are actually get, there are two important things that I would wanted to mention one thing here for everybody who's watching, including myself. I'm reminding it for myself as well. First thing is, we are not getting enough time to introspect and retrospect. What we have done wrong with our wife, children, whether we are doing right, are we chasing money, these things. Second thing is, we have all the capacity, all the efficiency to treat ourselves.
Hmm.
Birds, animals are treating themselves. Why can't we? Why are we relying upon other drugs? Not required. So these are the two things I pretty much believe in. So whenever you face any kind of emotion, get back to hibernation mode for some time, for some days, for some few weeks,
Hmm.
whoever it is. Somebody goes to Himalayas, somebody goes to somewhere else. Somebody goes to watch movies, somebody goes completely on a vacation for about a week. Okay, it is not escaping. You should
Yes.
take it in a negative sense. You are actually building up resilience in yourself, so that you come back with lots of positivity to deal the negativity, because the positivity will be this size and the negativity will be this side when you come back with all your resilience.
I
Yeah,
think, sir, what you are saying is very right. I would say, to a certain extent, I personally felt coronavirus has given that opportunity to many of us
absolutely, absolutely.
to, we are not running around the
Yeah,
way we used
see,
to.
you cannot change situations. When you
Hmm.
cannot change your situations, change your mood.
Hmm.
Change your mood, and utilize it accordingly. If I say utilize it accordingly, somebody who is running around the business for 24 hours, 4 hours, they're probably, I know people who are sleeping for 3 to 4 hours. Now this is the time everything is shut down. Pair every minute with your children. You
Hmm.
might have missed out last 5 6 years with your 6 years kid. Now spend all that, give them
Hmm.
all the life that you can, all the happiness that you have made them miss out for last 6 years. Think that way,
Hmm.
and thank God for everything. Your life, every nanosecond is not even enough to thank or show gratitude to the Almighty. Please remember this, that
Yes.
I do every day. The same thing I'm here.
What you said was, no, we don't take time to introspect or even think
Yes,
now what happened to us or why we react in a certain fashion. So that's at the same, like both are very important. Like in getting in touch with your own self,
yes,
taking that time to understand your own self, as well as an art sometimes helps to bring out your feelings on paper. Like you can
right.
just take a
Yeah,
paper and few crayons.
and I will say, above all this, I will say, even a rickshaw puller who doesn't know anything like us technical things, or coding, or programming, or PPMC, all these things, he's also a university all by himself. You
Hmm.
should respect an individual as a university himself, because the amount of experience he has got living his life for about 40 years or 30 years, we have not got, because we haven't lived his life. So respect everybody. In the same way, we should actually take this opportunity to retrospect and understand, have you ever hurt anybody, have you ever ill treated anybody? Call them back, say sorry, and talk to them. How are you? Do you need some help? I'm right now free.
Hmm.
So it builds a beautiful world around us.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Sure,
that's
sir.
what.
So, sir, when you have a balance between a lot of things, you have managed your IT professional life, and you have also been a professional artist. You even recently went and present, like your work was exhibited in Jahangir Art Gallery. So you have done a lot, like, and whereas there are people like, how did you? You must have faced a lot of challenges also on the way. like what kind of challenges you faced and how did you overcome them, like what kept you going, or what are the things that you faced, maybe the people who are just starting out
Right.
can learn from your journey.
I would say I have not achieved yet. I feel so. It's not due to humility or lot of humbleness. I'm not saying this. Strongly feel that there is so much because I'm just 40. I have so much of life to achieve, and all these things when you don't teach or when you don't pass on your experience, it goes waste
Hmm.
because this university goes waste. So I think I should basically give, but this time is something which you need to basically dedicate to gives away something back to the society because so society has given you so much like recognition or money or so much of opportunity, so you should give them back as well. And second thing is like I'm a blind cow. I don't see any problem.
Hmm.
I have only one thing. I every day, you believe it or not, I get up every day, and there are so many times that my wife 25-liter cans she carries all the way from my the first room to the last room to the filter. I look at her and I don't realize that she's carrying 25-liter can. So bad, so pathetic. I'm very bad at it. So the point is I'm always in thought of how to utilize today.
Hmm.
Most of the times I waste the day also. That is also a big problem. But the point is I think that way. So when you feel that there is a problem, you focus more on problem.
Hmm. Hmm.
Problem is this, 24 hours is this, so you have so much of things. If you focus more on problem, 23 hours will be wasted.
Hmm.
That is my thought process. So if there is a problem, if there is something that can be done towards the problem, I'll do it and leave it, because most of the situations we don't have control on. So
Hmm.
if you just think that I am wasting a lot of time, there is so much of problem, you watch TV.
Hmm.
You are not watching TV purely. You are not watching. You are not purely spending your time resolving the problem. Nothing. So you are wasting time. So what I do is I am like a blind cow. I don't see anything. I just go on doing my work, and I get dings from my family as also my wife, my mom, everybody.
So you are like probably like Arjun who only looked at the eye of the bird.
That's a great comparison. We are not so great,
Hmm.
but I would definitely keep saying this statement to all my students. Whenever there is a problem, whenever there is something that needs your attention, give your full attention. My
Hmm.
Guruji always keeps saying to me, almost every now and then, every week he keeps reminding me, focus more on your effort. When
Hmm.
you put your effort, don't focus on the result that needs to be obtained, because you might feel excited, you might feel happy, you might feel dejected also, because you might also get into the fear mode that you will not be able to succeed.
Hmm.
Why do you want it to?
Hmm.
When you haven't put your effort completely, why do you wanted to bother about all these things? Put your 100% effort, the results are bound to come.
So, sir, as we put our efforts, like even as I am also started working as a professional artist, I am realizing that it is not only as an artist does not only have to become good at art. Like there is a lot of things that an artist has to do to really become professional or so you also have to become a salesperson, you also have to become a marketing person, you also have to become an entrepreneur. It is also like you have to learn a lot of skills. Even you have to learn how to like
Deal with people, forget about everything. Deal with people is a big deal.
yes.
Yeah.
So, like, what would you advise people who, like, people they hesitate? Many people hesitate because they don't know that path, like how uh, they can become a professional artist. Like, how can they invest, or what are the few things that they can do probably which can help them, like, not only to become better technical artists, but maybe to become truly professional.
um, when I haven't read any book so far in my life except these engineering books. That
Hmm.
is in 2002 3. That's the last books that I haven't read anything so far. But I listen to my Guruji a lot. Whenever he speaks, whatever he speaks, I listen to him a lot. So whenever I listen to him, I keep on asking. So he says that every legend who has created a greater ripples in the society because of their great deeds or great efficiency in their skills, whatever it is, they haven't foreseen all these things. What they concentrated is on improving themselves every damn day. So whenever I with all my experience, whatever the minimal amount of experience that I have got in my personal life, I would say the world bows to you. It's not you individual, but the art in you, the skill in you. So when you actually work towards developing the skill in you, whenever you just look behind, the whole world is actually appreciating your skill, not you. So do not take that it is you, it is the skill in you. The skill in you is almighty. So we focus more on all the other things except this improvising your skill. In our software industry, we have one word: continuous capability improvement, CCI. So how much we are actually sticking to it when it comes to our personal life? Personal life is, or when you wanted to become an artist, it's also a personal agenda, right? It doesn't involve any organization or firm. So when you are working in a firm, you spend so much of time in creating for this PPMC or project management training, ITL, all these things. Because I am from the same background, I can give you only those examples. So but when it comes to your personal life, how much CCI you are following, how much continuously you are trying to improve your capability. You ask yourself, nobody is goading you, nobody is paying you. Because if you improve, you pass out some kind of database exams or project management exams, people I mean in the office, they'll pay you, they'll reimburse you, and they'll give you some great promotion. But in your personal life, it's not happening. But remember, your personal life is not some organization which can give you immediate remuneration. Going forward, you will be benefited, you will be blessed with so much of fruits. Only thing is, it takes its own time. One needs to put constant and continuous efforts with perseverance. That is what I believe in.
So, sir, like, as you also taught us, you told us that some of the good habits or things that one good thing that I learned from you, sketching without even having a sketchbook in hand.
You remember so many things. Okay. Yeah, it's virtual sketching. Yeah,
So I felt that it is like, now when I was small, my father told me that you can even study while doing anything. Like, you don't
exactly.
have to have your books in front of you.
Correct.
You can do anything and you can keep on thinking about what your lecturer told you, or
Correct.
you can. So
Absolutely.
similar way, when you told me the idea that if you don't have a sketchbook or you may not have that time, you stand and imagine. And I think it's a very, you know, good thing. Like, sometimes we may not have so much of time or we may not be able to sit down, but I think it's a very good tip for many people who can
Yeah.
improve just by doing virtual sketching.
Yeah, I mean, just remember, this particular area, do not see the whole area that is in front of your eyes. You have to focus on that particular area which is of more interest to you. And imagine that this particular area is very dark, you can use 2B. This is very light, you can use 2H. And for the very lighter areas, you can use some powder and create with earbud or brush. Okay,
Mm,
this is done. Then when it comes to the actual texture, okay, because I don't have enough time, I can quickly draw some lines using cross hatch. But if I get enough time, I will use haphazard technique to get that concrete texture. These
mm,
things, if you keep on talking to yourself, you first thing is you will get peace of mind that you have sketched today.
mm,
Trust me, you
mm,
will get peace of mind that you have sketched today. One sketch has been done today, though it is not in paper.
mm.
That way, it actually accumulates so much of knowledge. When you actually get a chance of holding your pencil and paper, you will do more than what you actually imagined about yourself.
Mm, mm,
This is what has happened with me.
mm, mm. No, sir, it is true. Like, being a full-time professional, if you are doing another job also,
Yeah,
so you may not have so much of time every day to. but this is a very good way of ensuring that you can even be, nobody will know you are in a meeting. I think in meetings also you used to sketch. So nobody
Yeah.
will realize that you are sitting quietly and in your head you are sketching.
When I was listening to my calls, there were at times where I attended 7 hours, 9 hours, 11 hours continuous calls. I used to just get up only for loo. That's it.
Hmm,
That
hmm,
too for 1 minute or half a second, half a minute like that. So at that point of time, I used to catch hold of a sketchbook. I used to have an A5 sketchbook in my laptop bag always with a single pencil, a sharpener, and a small kneaded eraser. So
hmm,
whenever I get some time, I used to sketch. I think I have shared a lot of my quick sketches in our group, while working in the office. So
hmm,
it's like making utilization of the time, whatever I'm interested in. I will not ask everybody to do this thing because their cup of tea is something else.
hmm,
So what I am trying to tell you is this cup of tea is it's a personalized thing. It
hmm,
could be something for you, it could be something from me, for me. But everybody should work towards, because at the end of the day, you as an individual can become a great coder
hmm,
or great CEO, great doctor. But if you are not a good human being, there's no point. And
hmm,
how will you become a good human being is being in a peace of mind always. And
hmm,
that peace of mind is when you do something which you like always. You
hmm,
get in touch with it always. Keep in touch with the thing which you love the most. You cannot come with your ferocious feeling or jealous feeling with your home when your kid is in front of you.
hmm,
You
hmm,
completely forget and you go and hug him, you kiss him, you talk to him in the way how he does. That means you are getting in touch with something which you love the most, and you forget yourself.
hmm,
That means you got so much peace of mind that you are exactly you. You are not an employee in the office, or you are not somebody under your boss, but you are you.
hmm.
That you is how much ever you are yourself in the whole day, so much better human being you'll become. That is what I learned.
Even sir, you also once told us that you when you started sketching, like when your initial days, so you did not used to make a mistakes, like you were able to sketch it very nicely. And one of the things that you told us was that you used to keep on looking at the picture which you wanted to draw
Yeah.
for a very, very long time. And that was a very good tip for me also, like that being one with your subject. Like if you are so focused on your subject, internalize the subject, think about the subject deeply,
Yeah.
so much that when you actually put it on paper, it will flow naturally, like
Nice.
instead of just picking a photograph and
Copying it. Yeah.
doing it. But if you internalize what you are trying to put on paper, in what you feel about it, I think if you even close your eyes and think for a few minutes.
Yes. Because whatever the textures that I have been teaching, first of all, I did not see all the textures. I
Hmm,
did not touch all the textures. I did not draw all the textures. But if you ask me, I'll draw a lion for tiger for tortoise for the texture. It's called pachyderm. So elephant texture, rhinoceros texture, whatever you want we can do. Why? Because whenever you draw something, whenever you observe something, God has given that ability for us, for our brain, to have a small portion of brain actually changing its data.
hmm,
Whatever the data that you are looking at thoroughly, this particular portion of the area completely absorbs everything that you are looking at it, and all the data that is being observed stored. This is called muscle memory.
hmm,
Our ABC, actually ABC are like this, but if you see in our cars, it is ABC: accelerator, brake, and clutch. You will try to mug up the way ABC are placed and your gear, brake, and everything initially, but later you will put your right hand in the window and keep driving with a left hand, single hand. You will also change the gear with the single hand, and you will also drive. Take
hmm,
care. It
hmm,
is because we have developed muscle memory. The same kind of muscle memory acts for arts also. It
hmm,
is that you don't know, you don't realize that your brain has got so much of ability.
hmm,
When you realize that, you try to utilize it.
hmm,
So
hmm,
realize it, utilize it, and then reciprocate it onto the paper. And this has to be consistently done. I
hmm,
will not say do it every day, because
hmm,
every day taking bath itself is a big job. We will
hmm,
not do that. I'm definitely 100 points 1% sure. People who are who are doing rituals regularly for the sake of God fearing or God loving, we will do that. But other people might sometime miss. Okay,
Hmm.
but if you wanted to sketch daily, regularly, every day, it's highly impossible. Never ever do that, because nature will not accept challenges, your challenges. I mean, it will accept in such a way that it throws challenges to you. So instead of saying I will work every day, say that every week I'll work for 4 hours.
Hmm.
And you don't say that only Monday I will work, only Tuesday, only Thursday I will work. No, say that 4 hours every week. Whenever you get some time, you catch hold of the book. You are not deceiving the nature, but it's like you're not letting her know that you are getting into that challenge.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
you quickly do it. So there is so much of science behind all these routine problems, or routine psychotic problems that we human beings are facing. For every problem, there is a solution in the Vedas. That is what our Gurujis like Sadguru, and Art of Living, Ravi Shankar ji, everybody is giving the same thing. So you might have to listen to those things, but don't listen to them. If you don't like spirituality, don't listen to them in spiritual mode. Listen to them and apply them according to your personal life. Personalize it,
Hmm.
customize it, tailor made, tailor make those things which they are teaching. That's it. Simple.
So, sir, once you also mentioned that it is the teacher, like teacher's roles in a student life is maybe 10-20%. And a student has to, it is the student's role who is the major role. So, like how can a person who is starting out, like many people, even including me, when I started out, people are afraid of experimenting, we think we are wasting paper, we are wasting pencil, we are wasting so good paper, but if you don't practice on the good paper, you will not know how
Simple.
it will react. But we think that it is wasting time, um, how can,
um,
like this, it is student who has to maybe develop. I think that is how you become a professional, when you are comfortable in um, practicing, experimenting. um, so it is not a easy journey, you it will take some time, you have to learn. Even as you became a self taught artist, I think you developed so many things on your own.
yeah. Yeah, because I feel very lucky that nobody was there to teach me.
Hmm.
I feel very fortunate, because that is how God has given me so many opportunities. And God has given me to draw a good amount of salary every month, so that I can invest a lot of money in buying art materials,
Hmm.
because art materials are very costly. And nowadays these are available, you feel costly. At my days, like 2005, 2006, there was no Amazon. I used to roam around Hyderabad until from the new city to old city, whole day, eating some puffs somewhere in the bakeries in the afternoon for lunchtime, and roaming around all the well-known old shops to find out what are the good materials that I can buy. So, and there was hardly people accepting credit cards at that point of time. So I have to pay cash. So if you don't experiment, if you it's like experimentation is investing on yourself. It is not sparing time, it is spending time. You are investing time on you. So when you say that when you do not wanted to invest time on your own self, how come you will expect, why will you, or how will you expect other people to invest on you? Like a teacher, why do you want him to invest on you? You're paying money,
Hmm.
but still it is an investing of your his time on you. So
Hmm.
if you do not have interest in you, interest in investing time on your own self, how can you give an opportunity to other person who's so-called a teacher to invest on you?
Hmm.
Never ever think that. And let me tell you, forget about all other fields, I don't know, but this field, especially arts, when you fail you learn, when you succeed you learn. For
Hmm.
everything you learn.
Hmm.
Because now whatever the material that I have bought, I have not created wonderful works with all the materials. Only few materials gave me wonderful results. The rest all things, I know that these cannot be used for these things. So when
Mm.
you say that, sir, I'm buying these things, can I buy this X
Mm.
pencil? I say no, it's not really good. Don't buy that. Simple. I saved your money.
Mm. Mm.
Simple. So I bought for 1300 rupees. Now this pencil, the same pencil that you are buying right now is 300 rupees only. But I
Mm.
saved 300 rupees. So that gives me so much of happiness and satisfaction that my experiments where I failed are being utilized in your betterment.
Mm.
So
Mm.
you should think of that way. So never think that there is a wastage. No, nothing will be wasted. All your experience is actually making you as a standalone university.
Mm.
You might not know that you are become university. Otherwise, if one person is not a university, how she can teach her kid?
Mm. Mm.
She is or he is a university. That's the reason she is able to teach her kids so well, or his kids so well. So
Mm.
we have to understand that for each and every experience in our life, life is teaching us so many things. Nature is teaching us so many things. Our mind should be open for learning for anything and any time at any point of time. Even if somebody is actually cheating us, we can get cheated once. But if you are getting cheated twice, thrice, four times, then we are fools.
Mm.
So that's a learning. When somebody is cheating once, it's a learning. That's okay, fine.
Mm.
But you cannot say that even after so many people cheating, you still have to believe human beings only. You cannot believe machines.
Mm.
So keep that faith in humanity. Keep that trust in you that whatever it happens, I'm going to learn something out of it.
Mm. Mm.
And if you feel there is a wastage of money, then you buy lesser grade material, experiment. Once you get better, buy some good ones.
Mm.
But if you completely say that buying pencils itself is waste, you will never become an artist. Forget about artist, you will never become anything.
Mm. No, it's true, sir. Like even now, whatever even high grade paper or low grade paper or like whatever material we use, it has a different quality to it. So you have to do that experiment
Yes.
whether.
That's
uh,
a science, simple.
mm.
You have
Mm.
to learn science. And I would add one more thing. People are, whenever I draw something, people are asking me materials. I
Mm.
don't mind sharing. I openly share. I have 9 students groups. I share in all the groups every time. Whenever I do something, I share everything. But the actual secret is it is in the mind, eyes, and hands of an artist. It is not about me. It is about an artist. It is in the mind, eyes, and hands. The coordination that he developed between eyes and hands is what is required. Forget about the material.
Mm.
Material comes in the last. So never ever focus more on spending so much of money on the material. But basic materials like kneadable eraser is 50 rupees, normal eraser is 5 rupees. But you need to have kneadable eraser to understand the beauty and the miracles that it produces.
Mm.
That is 50 rupees. You should have at least one or two, everybody should have. So these are the things that one should remember, those basic things without which you cannot actually propel yourself to experiment. Then how will you learn things? There are
Mm.
so many things out there in the world, especially in the international market like US. You get every damn day a new stuff
Mm.
for acrylics or oils, for pencils and everything. There is a new pastels called pan pastels. I mean, a lot of people must be knowing, but pan pastels for one small powder dabba is there, small one. That is 650 rupees. If you wanted to get a portrait set, it is 20,000 rupees for the whole set.
Mm.
In India, it is 19,937 rupees. Now you tell me. So you don't have to buy the whole set. You buy two colors. Our basic three colors RBG, which with which you can create tertiary, secondary colors and then tertiary colors.
Mm.
So you should have that ability to propel yourself to self motivate and like middle class people like me who have come from the areas wherein all maximum pencils that are available were only two, HB and 2B. I don't know that after HB, I thought it was 2B, that there are other pencils in between. I don't know. I used to buy only HB and 2B. There are no other pencils available. So I know pretty much how to utilize the money properly and materials properly. That is one good thing because God has made me take birth in that particular time period because He knows very well about you. So
Hmm.
do not ever think that I should have born now. No. So there is specific reason for your birth, specific reason for being you as a female, male, with so much of weight, height, and all these things. There is a special reason. To understand it, keep thanking him.
So, so besides, like, so one is we are becoming technically good. One aspect of being an artist is
Yeah.
becoming technically good. So, what are the other things that artists must do so that he or she can be like if you are just doing one is no, this is one aspect where you're growing yourself and becoming very very technically good artist.
Correct.
But if you are just staying in your house and you don't tell anybody, you
Yes,
will.
nobody knows. Nobody knows. For that matter, anybody who is actually rubbing their ass off to become, good in that particular area, you are supposed to get out of your four walls and claim that you can do these things really good, with
Hmm, hmm,
with with not proud or anything, but
hmm,
feel good factor that you can do something good. But remember, unless and until you are very confident, never do that,
hmm,
because people are ready to throw pebbles or stones at you, because if you do a smaller thing which is going to be wrong, people will laugh at you, or because it's quite usual. It's a society. I'm not blaming anybody. It's a society. Lot of different kinds of people are there in society. So you should basically be good at it, so good that you can impact couple of people around you.
hmm,
When you are that way, come out and say that I can do these things really good. If anybody needs my service, please do come.
hmm,
And Arnold Schwarzenegger, in one of his speeches, last speeches, he said the same statement that I said. You rub your ass off and work like anything, donkey, monkey, dog, whatever you call it as, you work like anything, and equivalently, with that equivalent efforts you should put up in airing your skills,
hmm,
advertising your skills. Both are required in this era, because when I started my work, I didn't know. There was only Orkut, and only few handful of people were there on Orkut. And when I posted in Orkut, only few people used to comment, one or two. But now when you post in Facebook, thousands of people like. So uh, do not post it for the sake of showcasing your skill. Get better, so that when you showcase your skill, people will be awe at you first. Second thing is, they will seek your help. They will ask, they should come back to you and ask, what did you do to get to this stage? This work is so beautiful.
hmm,
So you should work very well, and at the same time, always remember, there is no bad person. Lot of people say that this is a bad person, that's a this guy is bitching, this girl is bitching. It's their character, it's their nature. But the point is, at some point of time, the situation will make you to take such decision that it will make you look bad in front of those 10 people. But you cannot become bad for thousands of people. Only for that sect of people you become bad. If you are really becoming bad to so many thousands of people, then you are a criminal. So remember to make sure that you are doing things well, that will actually help, offer help to so many people, and they'll be thankful to you for getting those kind of 2 cents from you, which made a little difference in their life.
teaching is also like a service. It is not that you are not doing it out of like only because you are trying to promote yourself or tell about yourself, but I think it is a service. When you have worked so hard, maybe you can provide that service to the other person.
Yes, and we are
Hmm.
supposed to give away back to the society, because what will we be carrying all the way back, for teaching so many people? If I wanted to alive for about next 300 years, if I teach next 10 generations, I will definitely be alive for next 300 years, because my students will teach their students, their teacher will teach their students. That's it. That's how we should be alive. Not that we have to be alive physically. That is a very nonsensical way of thought process. We cannot be alive after 60, 70 years. Never.
So, sir, you have taught, I think, maybe hundreds of students, or if not more. So, like, what is it? Can you share some interesting thing that you may have, some interesting event that happened to you, or some? something like
I I wanted to see at least one student who is like me.
okay.
I am not saying I am great, but I wanted to see that me in everybody. I search me in every student. So if one student is really good, there is one student in my kids batch who is eighth class. She is very very good, damn good. Okay, so I charged some X amount. Generally, for everybody, I charge some amount. I charged the same amount to that particular kid as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I have that thought in my mind. I'm not going to tell or disclose that name here, because I have that thought in my mind that I'm going to teach that little girl for free for next couple of sessions. Sessions in the sense batches. If it is, even if it is portrait, even if it is acrylic or watercolor, I'm going to teach her for free. Why? Because she has got that fire in her, and she's actually struggling to draw. Not struggling, I would say, with an ease she's drawing. It might be God's grace, but with an ease she's drawing. So such kind of people I look forward to in every individual. If that fire is there, I am ready to help them, because see, not everything is measured in terms of money. It cannot be. Even if you really want to, you cannot measure. So some things you have to basically uh, get connect to them, connect to it, and then do your service. That service will actually bring you more happiness than getting lakhs of rupees from thousands of students as fee.
Mm.
So that's an interesting thing that I have observed from last for a couple of weeks. I'm seeing from that little kid. She's amazing, and every time she posts something, it brings a lot of big smile on my face. I keep sharing it with my wife, saying that, see, this girl has again posted this work. I give her some 4 or 5 tips. That's it. She'll come up with at most good quality.
Mm.
So
The kids are very curious. Even no, we don't have that inhibition when we are small. We
now,
don't have inhibition on experimenting. Even I remember that I would do or repeat certain number of things so many times till the time it
you get it right.
becomes to the level which I like. But as we are growing up, or we have those inhibitions of maybe repeating something so many times to get there. Even
Yeah.
again, as experimenting even with concept, like our imagination is very wild as
Right.
children, and we are not afraid of putting it on paper.
So when we do not have emotions, when we get out of that that boundary, that we are like this, we should not do this, we should not do. For artists, there should not be anything like should not, because if that is there, you cannot go ahead and experiment. Without experimentation, you cannot teach people. You cannot teach yourself, you cannot teach people. So inhibitions actually hinder your growth. So we should actually get out of the inhibitions and then proceed with experimentations with various papers, various canvas. That is the reason. One good thing which one of the senior most artists a couple of weeks back from Hyderabad, he was very happy looking at my work, and he has called me, respecting me so much. Then I told him, sir, you are the first person I met you around 15 years back and sought some advices from you. Now you are saying. You are calling me sir, you are addressing me sir, please do not do that. With all my humble respect to you, uh, I know you are very nice to me, that's the reason you are calling sir, but you can call me simply with my name, and you can talk to me whenever you want. Then he said that I have been looking at your work. You have stick to one medium. He's very senior artist. You have stick to one medium, and you have been digging. You have been digging this in the same hole for so many years, then you will get water definitely. The same way, you are working on the same medium. That's the reason you have become very well known, and I'm very happy for your progress. So that means that amount of patience is required, that amount of love and passion is required to continue with it. Passion is not something that you can lend from someone, or you can you should realize it. That's it. There is no other way. You should realize it. So
So this is
when
a
when some
very actually one more artist from US. I was talking to her, I think, or I read her interview. So one of the advice that she also gave was narrow down your focus. Like don't try to do everything.
Yeah,
Pick up a area and
work
just
thoroughly on
keep
it.
on doing it.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. All the great people have not done any different things. They did things differently in their own way. And for me, I don't know what is that different thing. That is the reason people are actually coming back to me asking for my 2 cents. Why? Because nobody taught me. So I'm not copying any artist. I have struggled all by myself. The technique, the naming technique that I have named, the techniques, all those techniques are from the experience that I have gone through. So there is no such kind of technique that if you find out in the Google, you will not see my technique names, because I developed it all by myself. So since I am not passing the knowledge that I gained from somebody to from X to Z, if X to Z I am passing on, then if at all there is a Y or P or A or B, can pass it on. But if I am someone who is not passing, but who is creating something new out of my own experience, nobody will replace me. So maybe that is one good thing which has helped me, helped out really, to bring out some new stuff to the people. That's the reason people are coming back to me. How could you do this so realistically? When I tell them right from scratch, when people come to me, I wanted to learn portraits, I ask them, do you have basic knowledge? If no, even if you are cribbing, if you are scolding me, that's okay, but please go through the fundamentals. Because when you are wanted to become an artist, learn. If you wanted to learn something, learn that thing right from scratch, from basics. Only then you will become a complete man or complete artist. Otherwise it is not. It's like half cooked food, and which is not really good. Half knowledge is always dangerous.
हाँ मतलब because initially we may not want to do everything like because we may want to do maybe watercolors, we may want to do oils, we may want to do acrylics. So I think it is good to maybe know everything, but maybe over a period of time, if a person specializes in a particular area, they
Yeah,
can grow themselves a lot.
yeah, simple like yeah, simple like general physician. We don't go to general physician for severe serious problems. We go to specialists, cardiologists, nephrologists, neurologists. In the same way, you have to know 80% you are supposed to be specialist and 20% you are supposed to be generalist. Because as an artist, you are supposed to know all the art forms, know the details of it, at least even if you do not practice. But I am sure any specialist artist would love to, uh, will have a second interest. Like even Sachin likes football or somebody likes other game. Like that, we also should have another medium which we like more in it. And you wanted to sometimes practice that as well. Absolutely okay. But your forte, you should say that this is my forte. And even before you, if somebody says that this is his forte, then you are becoming that, you are actually representing that medium.
Hmm.
I would say that even before you say that, I have never claimed in any of the interviews or any of the journals or any of the journalists. Nobody have claimed saying that pencil is my forte. People write because they see a lot of my work in pencil and they think that it is really good. That's the reason they publish. So people should be able to recognize. You don't have to claim. So that means then you are specialist in that particular medium. So work on one, pick one medium, see the depth of it, then you can play around with other medium. And I would say when you are very good at in one medium, it is very easy for you to fiddle around with other mediums and be decently good enough.
Hmm.
That I can assure, I can vouch for it.
Hmm. Hmm. So, sir, how important it is for an artist to be aware of art history, like how art history can play an important role in the growth of an artist.
Yeah. When it comes to moral value, I speak more about morals. Why? Because that is something that I have been induced with so much every day from my Guruji. I talk more about it. It is not for preaching, it is for reminding myself. Because I am his disciple. I am supposed to remind myself. How should I remind myself when I am talking to so many people whole day? So I talk to them and I remind myself. So what I think is, whenever we are actually have some moral values, that actually helps. us to grow as a human being. So now the question that you have asked is, um, what is the question, Vandita, exactly?
So how can art history help?
Heart history.
Hmm.
So one thing which I would say is every male, when he's actually doing the final rituals to his passed away parents or grandparents, he's supposed to remember his father name. If his father is not alive, if his father is alive, then he has to remember, his father has to remember the next previous three generations, his father, grandfather, great grandfather. So that's the reason we put three, pinda tarpanas and everything. So that means we are supposed to remember our ancestors, because हम उनकी बदौलत है. Our body, our features, our brain, our characters, our nature, our caliber, our skills are also we legacy from those people. So if a normal human being remembers these three generations as an artist, so many thousands of great masters have given us so much. We are supposed to remember them. That is first point. As a moral lesson, we are supposed to remember them, learn about them. Second thing is, those histories, those life histories of the great masters will be acting as an injection. This injection can actually help you to propel in your life for about next 10-20 years, sometimes even your whole lifetime, you never know. And since all this, how did the history actually evolved, is something that you should know. Why? Because you are supposed to teach your next generation. Forget about the next generation. At least to your kids, you are supposed to teach. So as parents, why are we learning so many things? Is we are supposed to be good teachers for our children. So more than teaching the whole world, we are supposed to teach our kids. So we are supposed to know all the history, great masters, and in-depth analysis, we will know what is the technicalities, what is the uh, you know uh, the technique that is used to be followed before Da Vinci, chiaroscuros. Even now we follow. After that, what is the new technique that Da Vinci developed? Is sfumato, SFUMATO. So these things, how will we know? It's a general knowledge. And as an artist, like an IPS IAS officer who is preparing for civils, he will read so many things. We are reading only art history. Can't we read everything, or how much ever possible? So art history is very important to give us so much of um, uh, you know uh, it's called catalyst which helps us to live as an artist, and breathe as an artist, think as an artist, work as an artist for your whole lifetime, or for 10 years, 20 years, or even for whole lifetime. So I would advise and highly recommend everybody to go through the art history. That is the reason I, with lots of affection towards my kids, I do not charge anything for art history. 7 hours of art history is given, audio. My audio of 7 hours art history is given free for each and everybody. So they can download from my server. They can happily listen to it and come back to me if they wanted to discuss, and if they wanted to have a session exclusive for an art history, I'll be very happy to do so.
Sir, actually, it is very fascinating. Like, people may not know, like now almost 9,000, 10,000 years ago, there are cave paintings
Yes.
wherein they are so beautiful. Like,
Yes.
where they did not have anything, like they
They're,
have
na-
used
they're natural
probably
colors.
plant color,
Yes.
and they're still preserved after so many years.
Yes.
Like, so Uh, like people may, it is amazing to see that we are not the first ones to do it. Like, our ancestors have been doing it for a really really long time.
Yeah, why did they do? They wanted to pass on the knowledge or experiences of their lives to the next generation. See how beautiful thought it is. So when you are learning something, you are supposed to give back to the society or to the next generation. The next generation could be your kids, your friend kids, or somebody else kids also. How does it really matter if the next generation is of a lot of values? They are growing with lots of values and lots of social outlook, liberal outlook towards so many things that are around the society, it will be you are giving them a wonderful gift that they cannot earn in their lifetime. They cannot earn all the experience that they have that their teacher has got, because they are supposed to live two lives. Nobody can live two lives. But if I am sharing my experience to you, you are living two experiences. It's good na. So with that particular thought itself, we are supposed to learn art history and receive some kind of energy out of it, and then pass on the same amount of knowledge and energy with values to the next generation. So, learning about great masters, and I would simply say, learning about great masters is like a puja. I don't have any greater statement to pass on about them. It's a humble tribute to them. Whether it is a Italian great master or Indian great master, it is nothing to do with arts. We don't have any barriers. So every great master is like a demigod. We can offer a puja to him by reading about him, by reading about what he went through, whether he is personally a bad person or bad husband or bad son. We don't, we don't need to know. But what we need to know is how much turbulence he has gone through while painting it, and what kind of problems he has gone through to paint it, and what kind of experience he has gone through after painting it. Because sometimes after painting that, kings have given them death as punishment. They hang them to death. That has happened in the history, but that painting has become world famous. Yeah, you can read about this Jack Louis David. Jack Louis David, who has drawn Oath of Hayati, and other paintings are there. They are wonderful. It's also the Coronation of Napoleon. So if you read about his life, you will know how much pain he has gone through painting it. Example I gave you.
Even like Sir Michelangelo, when he started painting the Sistine Chapel, at that
History of
time he was not aware of that form of art. He was mostly into sculpture, and
sculpture.
he had not done fresco paintings. He had not done paintings on walls. So that was the first time he was doing it.
Yeah,
So, like one thing that person can learn is he was not afraid to do it. Like he had the courage, even if he has not tried it before.
right. But
He
Michelangelo is a person who doesn't like him to be called as a painter. That's the reason whenever he signs as Michelangelo, a sculptor from Rome,
hmm,
hyphen sculptor from Rome. So
hmm,
that means even if he doesn't wanted to paint, he has painted the whole 16th chapel for over a period of 5 to 8 years, and then they are still alive. The paintings are pristine as they are in 16th chapel, and they are so well known. The whole world goes to that place to see his works.
hmm,
So that means the person who is not interested in that job in that particular era has done his job so well.
hmm,
So now,
hmm,
when you wanted to be an artist, how much effort you are supposed to put? Now, I leave this answer to your minds.
hmm.
Yeah,
Uh, so, sir, I will say that now we have what you said, like, is a very great. On this note, we can probably end it. Like, maybe all the artists who are professional or who are starting their journey, like, they can ponder on this thought that how uh, artist at that time with limited resources, he made it happen.
yeah, and he
And
was not interested in doing that job. Most importantly,
yes.
but he has done the job so well that we have been remembering it from 1500 to 2020.
Mm,
We still
mm,
take his name.
mm,
So Michelangelo is a blessed soul. Actually, he's not a normal human being. He's a blessed soul. That is the reason he was able to carve life into a piece. And whenever the Medici family used to invite Da Vinci, Raphael, Michelangelo, and all other great masters uh, to a coffee or a dinner on one single table. When they used to ask, how could you basically bring so much of life into each and every sculpture that you make. Then the answer that he has given to the whole crew out there was, I'm no one to instill life. Creator is the one who can do it. I'm actually chiseling out all the trash on the stone. So I'm taking out all the extraneous stone so that I can show the life that is being hidden there in this stone, which is by God Himself. He has created it. It is not me. I'm just chiseling out the trash. So this is the greatest answer such people has given. So when you actually get an opportunity to read such people's life, you will know how profound their thought process was. We are no way uh, um, I cannot even to call inferior in front of them is actually an exaggeration. In front of Michelangelo, if we say that we are inferior, is also an exaggeration. So we are no one to talk about them. Just read about him, get an inspiration required for your own life, go proceed. So with that note, I think we have crossed 1 hour. So I would like to thank everyone who has been watching, and Vandita as well.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your time.
You're
It
most welcome.
was a great talk, and you gave a lot of insights into how an artist should think and how he or she can work towards becoming a better artist.
My pleasure.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Vandita. You have a wonderful time ahead.
Yeah. Thank you. Same here, sir.